Welcome to the new episode of Do Baby Podcast.
Yes.
We skipped a week. Don't even ask. Don't even ask.
We'll just tell you.
Yeah, we'll just tell you. We'd love to hear that. Wouldn't we love to hear that,
We'd love
audience?
to hear that, Jackie. We'd love to hear that.
Go ahead, Falon.
It was fucking terrible.
What happened?
Nothing happened. That's exactly what happened.
That's a good point.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing got done. Nobody came prepared.
It was terrible. So last week on Halloween, on Thursdays, we always release an episode on Thursdays. We were going to have this video podcast of a Halloween episode where it was going to be me and Falon.
Mhm.
We were going to dress up, video everything. We were going to have guests. We had JB, Jake on, my brother, his homie came through, our friend Freddie, who was on episode 10, and his wife came through. And we were just going to have mics going around.
Yep.
Costumes, topics. We had games planned. We had this whole thing planned. We were very ambitious with it. It was going to be a whole production. And it just fell apart like in our hands. Like a fucking...
Instantly.
Yes. Like a jigsaw puzzle you try to move with your hands to your bedroom that you didn't glue.
Yeah. It's like dropping a complete Lego set.
It was like Tom Holland.
Right after. Yeah, exactly.
It was Tom Holland.
The Death
Yeah.
the Death Star or whatever it's called.
Yeah. No, I was thinking literally Tom Holland in Infinity War, where he's just withering away in Tony Stark's hands. Where he's
I'm
all,
sorry, Mr. Stark.
Yeah, he's like, please, no, I don't want to go. That's how that episode was. It was to be fair, I feel like everybody was on board.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a lack of wanting or anticipation for anybody. It was just more...
The participation was there. The ambition was there. The plan. For some reason, for a lot of different reasons that I wouldn't blame on anyone. If anything, it lies mainly on us. But even then, there were some things that were out of our hands.
Yeah.
Of why that episode sucked.
Yeah.
And oh well.
Yeah, maybe we'll try a Christmas one.
And trust me, we wouldn't even release this stuff as a joke. Like, for instance, do you remember when Rob Lowe had that sex tape with a 16-year-old when he was like in his 20s? Did you ever hear about that? Rob Lowe, the actor?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm more ashamed of this episode than if I was a Rob Lowe. If I was a Rob Lowe and had a sex tape, I would release that first as like this is like what we captured that was good.
So the episode wasn't that great, but we'll release this once in a lifetime.
Yeah, it was terrible. We'll try again. Falon brought up a good point to where we've had a handful of episodes with a third person. We've had maybe 3 with 4 people. We had 6 people on.
Yeah, it was a lot to control. It was a lot to manage. I feel like even just with 3, sometimes it's kind of... 3 is a little bit easier to manage. With 4, sometimes it got a little bit hectic.
Yeah. 3 is like flowy. 4 is like, and depending on who it is, you got to kind of wrangle everybody in.
Exactly.
But 6, but we appreciate everybody who came out.
It was fun.
Thank you.
That was fun.
The turnout was fun. Even hanging out kind of sucked.
Yeah, dude, it did.
After, like, do you remember, like, the movie A Night with the Devil? You know,
Yeah.
It was like that.
It was Bedazzled. It's the Brendan Fraser one.
If Brendan Fraser and Elizabeth Hurley were there, I'd be embarrassed. Because I was like, I'm sorry, guys. You deserve better.
Yeah.
I love that movie. Classic movie.
Bedazzled was a great movie. Dude, honestly, I was talking about it with JB the other day. Dude, Brendan Fraser had nothing but bangers.
Let's hear him.
Encino Man. He doesn't even talk in that movie, and it's a great movie.
Where's the juice?
Yeah. Both Mummy 1 and 2 are good.
I agree.
3 is a little bit...
I don't know if I watched it. Part 1 and 2 go hard.
Yeah, 3 is... remember Jet Li was in it. He's the emperor, like he had that dead army
it's like the
or
dragon,
whatever. Yeah.
Ancient dragon.
It was a little bit of a reach. I was excited to see Jet Li in a movie with him.
1 and 2 are like legitimate action hero comedy horror movies.
Yeah, dude. And in part 1, there's one scene, and I don't know if I've told you about this. There's one scene where he's like fighting a bunch of skeletons while the girl is like chained to some cement block or whatever.
Yeah,
dude, he does that all just on his own. I mean, obviously the skeletons are all CGI, but like there's no dummies, there's no like strings, there's no nothing. Like that's just him.
He's ripped, tan, and handsome.
Choreography. Yeah, it's just all straight choreography from him.
Have you seen like apparently there's a thing going around. I don't know if it's recent or I'm just getting it in my feed now to where he had a Superman deal as well. Have you seen this?
Yeah. He wasn't Superman, but he was gonna be in a Superman movie. No, I think he was in it.
Yeah.
He was the villain though. I'm not sure who though.
I don't know if it's AI or actual like old footage being released or old pictures. It's him in a Superman suit, jacked as fucked, looking like pretty Superman-y. Like I would be like, I would have watched this for sure. You know all that stuff about him, like he was saying that, you know, all that time that he wasn't in the line.
Yeah, that's AI.
AI.
But he was in a Superman like related film. I just can't remember as what.
He was talking about how he was out of the Hollywood limelight for so long because there was a lot of weird, shady shit happening, and that he kind of refused to be a part of it. So he got iced out, and that The Whale was like his return. And of course, everybody, for one, I haven't seen it. Everyone says it was a great movie.
He got like a standing ovation and shit for it.
And I think it was like a lot of things to where not only were people like, great movie for whoever is in it, but also welcome back, Brendan. Because yeah, you did bangers back then. You came back, another banger. Yeah, you didn't miss a step. Like it was never that you were gone because you weren't good. It was because this weird shit that was going on.
Well, I think there was a bunch of weird shit going on. Like there was a lot of stuff that he was dealing with. But I know also like the Mummy movies had a big toll on him because at that time they were like requiring you to do all your own stunts and shit. Especially with the second one bringing on The Rock, who is basically
Scorpion King.
Who is basically a test dummy. Yeah.
True, yeah. He was all CGI. That CGI was terrible.
Yeah, exactly. But then you have Jet Li in the third one, who probably did most of his stunts as well.
He did.
So I think it was like wearing on his body.
Yeah, he did Bedazzled. He did Monkey Bone.
I was about to say Monkey Bones.
He did.
I know there's like other movies.
Yes, of course. And I just had one, but it totally escaped me.
Yeah, you know what? I forgot he's in those Looney Tune movies. What are the?
Yep.
Those were good. Inkheart, that was a good movie.
I never heard of that.
Cheesy one. It's like it's like a kid's movie, but still. Journey to the Center of the Earth. I forgot about that.
I didn't watch that one, but that was like at that point, it was like because I know they made two of them, I believe, and that was pretty much like on par with the Rock Jumanji kind of movie. You know what I mean? It
Dudley
was like
Do-Right. I forgot about that movie.
I think like I remember that movie, but I don't know if I ever watched it.
Where he's like the Canadian.
Oh, like the Mountie?
Yeah.
I think I did.
Dude, I forgot he plays George of the Jungle.
Yeah,
I forgot about. Yeah, you did.
Classic. He was ripped as fuck.
Yeah, that's why I was like, dang, dude, I forgot about that.
Comedy gold. That was a comedy. The retard Tarzan.
Airheads. He's in Airheads.
Adam Sandler, Steve Buscemi.
Yeah. Wait, he comes out in Son-in-Law?
He comes out as a cameo of Link from Encino Man. You remember?
That's right, dude. I forget about that. But dude, we watched Encino Man the other day.
Holds up.
Hey, dude, that movie's great.
Yeah,
I love that movie.
Good movie.
And it's solid all the way from the beginning to end.
Yeah.
Like it cracks me up.
I love it. Comedy, and then for some reason,
Blast
even though
Past.
it's like, oh, I forget. See, that's the one I was trying to remember. It was like a black and white one, but I kept thinking of Pleasanton, which was like with Tobey Maguire. But I knew he had a movie like that too.
Yeah.
It was with Reese Witherspoon, right? Or was that okay? Yeah.
Wait.
Or was that Pleasanton? I think that was probably Pleasanton.
No, it's what's in the fuck? She played Alicia Silverstone.
Oh, there you go, dude. I had a dream one time that I was dating her, like peak. No, okay, peak. Like when she was
like
in
Batgirl.
Yes, Clueless, and I was like, I just remember like walking in like a it's cheesy as it sounds, it was almost like a meadow, like you know how like in the beginning of Goofy movie, where it was literally like we were like walking through a meadow, and I looked over and it was Alicia Silverstone, like when she was like clueless, and I just couldn't. I was all like, oh my god, and then like it like nothing happened, but it was really like I had the feeling of like I guess we're together. And I woke up and I was like, that was weird. Like, I haven't watched an Alicia Silverstone movie. I haven't thought about her. Like, I don't know why. If you look her up now, did not age well.
No, she didn't. You know, I feel the same about Emma Stone. I used to have the biggest crush on Emma Stone, and now some of the movies she's coming out in, I'm like, what happened to you?
Like Easy A, Emma Stone, Super Bad.
Super bad Emma Stone
Yeah,
is
yeah,
my
yeah.
favorite.
Yeah,
Although I mean, she's a natural blonde, but she does look great as Gwen Stacy.
Jules. Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
But Jules, just something about. I guess it's because I love that movie so much too. But Emma Stone is so hot in there.
It's weird because Superbad is obviously like a comedy titan.
Mm-hmm.
And it came out perfect for us because it literally came out like when we were 17 in high school. Like we went to go see that
Yeah.
movie while we were still in high school at the same age as the movie portrays. So it hits hard. And even when I watch it, it's still funny. But for some reason, like it's kind of hard to, it doesn't hit the same because it's not so relatable.
I get what you're saying. Like, there's no long nights of me trying to get alcohol or
Yeah, and of course
or
it's not like
females,
yeah,
yeah.
it's not like you can't reminisce or anything like that. But as far as right now, it's like it's like me remembering instead of like me living it.
I feel like, not that I didn't like chase girls or anything in high school, but like the alcohol thing is much more relatable.
True, yeah, because I didn't chase girls at all. Well, no, that is relatable in that sense of like you liked girls and you wanted to hook up with girls, but like just like them, I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't even know how to talk to them. He's like, it's
We're getting fake IDs.
It's 11:32. What?
I told her what time it was.
That's,
oh my god, it's the greatest fucking story I've ever heard.
That was so man. I don't know how they said that that movie that Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg or whatever had been writing since they were kids.
Well, I don't know how much of it is actually true to their own life, but apparently Seth Rogen says that that's like a story from his childhood.
Yeah, they say that like
I think he's Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill is Seth Rogen, yeah. For sure. And that's his name is Seth. And the kid's name's Evan, like his friend.
That's true.
It's based off them. Yeah,
I didn't even think about that until now.
Yeah, it's based off them for sure. And they wrote it while like they were kids when it was happening. So, I mean, good on them. Because they were just saying, I forgot what interview I was listening to about how at that time I forgot what comedy they were talking about. That one comedy movie did so well that was kind of off the hinges like that. That when that one came out and it did so well, they started greenlighting all of these movies of like Superbad and like stuff like that to where they're oh crap, people want to see this. It'd make a lot of money. It's not, I wouldn't say easy to make, but it's not like you'd need like CGI money.
Yeah, exactly.
And
it's a lot of practical things.
Yeah, and forgetting Sarah Marshall. It was you know who was talking about it was Judd Apatow. Because he made all these movies.
Yeah.
And like they were talking about like if you look up Judd Apatow movies that he was in, all of them are bangers. Forgetting Sarah Marshall, Knocked Up, pretty much every like fucking Seth Rogen movie, but also like Paul Rudd movies and Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah, I was gonna say Paul Rudd's in like all of his movies almost.
Yeah. But I mean,
it's like Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, if you have a gold star elite someone in the pocket, you're like, yeah, I'll just call them again.
Right now. I mean, fucking Paul Rudd still looks the same as he did in Clueless.
And what's crazy, handsome, funny, serious, dramatic. Like, he can do it all.
He does a lot. Did you ever see that show that he had on Netflix where, like, he goes to the spa and it gives you, like, a new life and it's, like, rejuvenating and all this stuff? And actually what they do is they clone you and they kind of gives you, like, a reboot kind of, like, thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess he ends up, like, waking up. And he goes back to his house because he's like buried in like the middle of the forest or some shit like that. He goes back to his house and he sees the clone like in his life. And like they end up coming into contact with each other and they kind of like work out it. It's kind of like, what's the one with
Total Recall?
Not Total Recall, the one
Multiplicity?
Yes,
okay.
with
it's kind of a mixture
Michael
of those.
Keaton, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a mixture of those.
And then
there's a scene in Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger which is a very similar
Yeah, I remember that
where
one.
he comes home and he sees the guy.
Yeah.
He sees him celebrating his birthday and I think they were like trying to say,
Put the cookie down.
You're the clone and that's the real you and like you actually got cloned and blah blah blah. But go on, so they start kind of like working together or what?
Yeah, so basically the real Paul Rudd is like tired of his job and all this shit. And the new one is kind of like, well, everything's kind of technically new to me.
So it's like fun.
Yeah, basically. And like he ends up going, it's like a cliche movie. He ends up going to the work and everybody likes him more.
Oh,
The wife
shit.
likes him more. Like, and
Oh,
Paul
because
Rudd,
okay.
because he's more
And
positive.
then he starts
he's more
getting like
uplifting.
he starts getting like
Yeah.
annoyed and like mad that like why the
exactly.
fuck do they like
so he
you
tries
more?
killing him, and
What?
like it's a crazy movie.
Is it a
dude.
show or a
It's
movie?
a show.
I
It's
gotta
a
see
show.
this.
Yeah, dude, check it out.
Okay, I gotta watch this.
I'll look it up. But yeah, dude, I watched it. Pretty good. And he's all around in it. He's like dramatic. I mean, obviously he's funny because I feel like he's mostly a comedian.
It's a pretty interesting concept that like you would have to run into that if they could clone you, because they did the same thing. I don't know if you ever saw that Disney movie with one of the Lawrence brothers. It was the youngest one, called The Other Me, and to where the same thing. He like accidentally clones himself, and same thing. Like starts sending him to school to do all the stuff. He gets better grades. Everybody likes him. He's making all these friends.
Yes. I
And
know
then
what
like
you're
he's
talking about.
eventually like, what the fuck? Not on my watch, motherfucker. Everybody likes me better.
Living with yourself.
Okay, I gotta check this out.
That's what it's called. I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I'd recommend. It's like 8 episodes.
That's gonna be a good one. The fact that
That's
it's
a
a
good one.
show,
Yeah.
to kind of draw out the storytelling process. I love that. I love when they make like movie quality shows. It's better. It's just better.
There was one, and I don't have Apple TV anymore, but I had Apple TV for a little bit, and there was one show, excuse me, where Paul Rudd, ironically, was a Jewish therapist,
Uh,
and Will Ferrell is like, his father died or his brother or something like that. He inherits a fabric workshop.
mm-hmm.
And so Will Ferrell is kind of going through depression because of whoever passed, and he goes to see Paul Rudd, and that's what the show's about. It's like everything going on in Will Ferrell's life, and then Paul Rudd is included, and he's like giving him all these tips and like stuff. And Agatha from Scarlet Witch, she's in
Catherine
it.
Hahn, I think.
I don't never know her name. I hate that girl though.
Really?
Yeah, she's in. I feel like, I mean, it's kind of hard not to hate her because she's just always playing an annoying person.
She's hilarious in Step Brothers.
She is, but she's
I
also
love it.
very annoying.
Yeah, but that's what's funny. Oh, I love it. I fucking love her in Step Brothers. She's so fucking funny. She is so funny in that movie.
Put
Judd
your hair
Apatow.
in,
That's
yeah.
another thing. Judd Apatow.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
Step Brothers. Hard. That's one that's like, that holds up. You can watch it right now and fucking
I love Step Brothers.
laugh your taint off.
Step Brothers cracks me up. Just the beginning, like, I feel like Will Ferrell's more relatable for me. Like, just him, like, getting ready to sit down and watch TV. Just nasty, getting the nachos and putting the shredded cheese and then into the microwave. I'm like, oh, dude, that's so gross.
I love it.
But yeah, that was a pretty decent show.
Have you seen the movie on Netflix called? I don't know if it just came out. My wife just watched it, and I watched like a good part of it with her. It's called Women of the Hour. Have you watched that one yet?
No.
It's about a serial killer that was on the dating show back in the 70s, and it was a guy who was like already like pretty prolific as far as like he had assaulted and possibly killed like a number of girls, and then he was on the dating show on television, and like he won, and eventually ends up getting caught, and the show is obviously based on it, and they show a lot of things and they insinuate a lot of things that I'm not sure are not necessarily factual in the sense of like they I don't think they had all those details on like the girls and specific girls, and then what exactly transpired. So it's kind of a loose depiction of it, but it's based on the real guy.
Yeah.
The guy that they got to like the way they represent the guy physically and everything like that, and his character,
Mhm.
dude, it's pretty much Jake. It's hilarious. I was talking to him about it the other day. Me and him went to go play disc golf on Monday because no
Really?
one could go. You know, you were working.
Yeah.
JB, even if he's not working, he's not gonna get up at 8:30. I had called Jake the night before. I was like, "Hey, are you down?" He's like, "Yeah," and I told him about it, and he thought it was hilarious. And then I was telling him the details of the show, or I mean the movie, and like how I was like, dude, he's a photographer. He has like long hair like you. If you shaved, you would look like him. He has like your same style. Even like when he has like a switch, it's weird. Like the guy in the movie,
Yeah.
When he's not gonna kill you, he's very like charismatic and charming and funny and all. And I was like, dude, and when he's like that, he's exactly you. He has a camera, the way he dresses, the way he talks, his humor, everything is you. And then he chokes girls, rapes them, and sometimes he kills them.
Jesus.
It's funny. And then when I told him about it,
It's still you.
he was like, oh fuck, I think my mom told me the same thing like a couple of days ago. Like to where his own mom was all like, you're this serial killer named Rodney Alcala from the 70s. It's crazy. Good. That's a good movie. It's directed, and the girl in the dating game
Yeah.
is Anna Kendrick, and she directs the movie. Like she also like directed the movie.
Really?
But she's in. But it's really good movie. Like wow, like creepy as fuck. Like, and without it being too jarring or gory or anything, it really gives you an unsettling feeling of like, what the fuck, dude?
That's pretty crazy. I watched that one with Sebastian, the Winter Soldier. On
okay.
Hulu,
Yeah.
where he's like a cannibal, and
What?
Yeah, so he's a cannibal, and what he does is he lures these girls, and he brings them back to his house, which is like in the middle of nowhere, and he basically just like preserves them as long as he can while taking
Like chunks?
yeah
Like fresh flesh?
and he mails it out to people, and he like makes thousands to millions of dollars off of these people.
So is
he's
he
killing.
a cannibal, or is he a cannibal like supplier?
Both.
Oh, he does both.
Because there's one
What
point where
the
he's
fuck?
like, he's got like a thigh or something, and he's like peeling it like prosciutto or something,
What
bro.
the hell?
He's just like eating it. It's crazy, dude. That one's a crazy movie, dude.
I wonder how much like a butt cheek would cost. Like if
What's
some-
funny is
Shut
that
up.
what's funny is that
Shut
the
up.
girl, like, I guess the girl that the movie's about is like the one that he's like the most,
Mm-hmm.
or he actually likes her.
Yeah.
And so she kind of uses that, and she kind of like attacks him, or she tries to get out. And as a punishment, he takes her ass. And he takes off her ass, and he surgically removes it. He's like a surgeon or something.
Is it supposed to be almost a comedy?
How do I explain it?
Did you laugh?
At some parts, because it's not even necessarily that it's funny. It's just like so wild it's like, dude, this is a movie. Like, this is a plot. This is a theme. Like, they really went with this, and it was like, that's a good idea.
Do you like hear about these, or do you just see to be like, I'll throw that on?
That one was like being advertised on Hulu.
I'd never even heard of it.
Yeah, I don't remember what that one's called either. But yeah, that one I had seen like.
It's Sebastian Stan, right?
That's what it is, and that's what I was gonna say. I just was like, it felt wrong for some reason. But you know what? I think Kovar told me about that one.
Who the fuck is Kovar?
And I bet you he doesn't look anything like you think he would. He's like 5'10", real chubby, got a super scene haircut.
Okay, yeah, I didn't.
Yeah,
picture this.
exactly,
I didn't
dude.
picture
It's
this.
nothing like you would imagine. But
I pictured like a fucking like 28-year-old, worn down, really dark,
Nice, like
kid-looking
36,
guy with
37.
like a dirty ass haircut. 36, 37 with a scene haircut.
yeah, dude.
That tie. He went to the. He went.
doing
To,
the hair flips when he's at tables and stuff. It's hilarious.
he needs to go to the Vans Warp Tour. It's coming back.
Dude, I bet you it's gonna be expensive.
It
dude.
is. My buddy Eric is going because they already bought tickets. It's $500 a ticket.
Dude, that's stupid.
And
dude.
they're doing a thing to where you can start making payments now of like something like $40 a month, and then if it's not paid off by then, you just pay it in full at the end of it. So he's like, me and my wife are going. We're doing this payment plan, so by the time it comes, most of it will be paid off, and then I'm just gonna pay it off. Then he's like, it's $500. They haven't announced the bill yet. He's super excited.
San Antonio, Austin.
I'm not sure. He didn't tell me what city he's going to, but when he heard about it, he bought tickets. Because we were talking about
I want to go too, but
we were talking about the When We Were Young Fest. Did you see any of the videos about that coming
Yeah.
out from the Las Vegas
Yeah,
emo
yeah.
super?
yeah,
Okay, so these things look fucking dope. They do. I think I would have fun in them too. I hate concerts. I think it's just who I am as a person.
I agree. I just feel like the right set of people could definitely make it more enjoyable.
For sure, but like being in a crowd, being crushed, and like being hot.
See, I would love to be at one of those concerts where you like get to sit in the distance on
I
like a
agree.
small hill.
I agree.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Have some beers, maybe like being.
It sounds like bougie as fuck too. Like I would even like to be in a box, but like
yeah.
but like the box is filled with like 20, 25 people deep, but all the homies that are like down to party and jam the bands that are playing. I'd be down for that. I don't want to be in a crowd.
Yeah.
And anybody who's never been in like a tight packed crowd, it fucking sucks. Because if someone,
It's exhausting.
yes, you're constantly flexing to like not fall.
Which is crazy because everybody's doing the same thing. And it's like there's like a point in time where like you're so exhausted, I feel like I'm leaning on the person in front of me. And then I can feel the person in the back of me leaning on me and the person on the sides of me leaning on me. Like, and it's like to where you can only feel like a fresh breath of air when you look physically upward.
Yes.
And like
It's like just hot breath. You're
Yeah.
breathing everybody's hot, bated breath. And yeah, you tilt your head straight up and you'll get cold air
Yeah.
of like natural air. And then you look back and then you're just tight. And then if someone fucking falls in the back, everybody starts to down. There was times to where we were literally leaning over like Michael Jackson's Smooth
Yeah.
Criminal of like, I haven't felt yet. It's
Yeah.
and when I was young, it was fun. But dude, I remember after this one show, me and Daniel we went to San Antonio, and it was a Valentine's Day show. He skipped his anniversary. It was his anniversary
Nice.
with his girl at the time. He was like, "I'm gonna go to San Antonio with Randy to see these bands," and we saw. I Set My Friends on Fire, and like a couple other bands, and the main band was Pierce the Veil. It was a fucking dope show.
Of course, Daniel went to that.
Oh yeah, and it was fucking dope. When we got out, my clothes were literally soaked with mine and everybody else's sweat, and it was like chilly enough in the February air was chilly enough to where like just to walk to the car, which was 2 blocks away, I got sick as fuck. Like that night, I got sick. Like, but by the middle of the night, I woke up and I was like, I have the flu or some shit. It was that bad. It was an awesome show, but just stuff like that, I was like, man, that kind of sucked.
Yeah, dude. It's been a while since I've been to a show.
You remember when we went to the Devil Wears Prada? That was a great show too. Devil Wears Prada.
Dude,
At
I got
the
in there
House of
for
Rock?
free.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Mike Haranica literally was all like, "What's your name?" All right, dude, you good. I was like, "What the fuck, dude? I paid, Mike. I paid for your show."
I mean, to be fair, like concerts were, what was that ticket? Like $25
Yeah.
or some shit.
Yeah.
Even the Warped tours were only like $40-$60 or some shit like that.
Yeah,
dude.
it's true.
That's crazy that they're charging $500 now.
500.
I mean, to be fair, they probably should have been charging that to begin with.
True. I mean, well, realistically, like the walking, the amount of stages, like say there's 30 bands playing and you want to see 10 of them, 2 of them might be playing at the same time. You might not even get to the other side of the field by the time, the other one goes on.
Exactly.
Like say realistically in a day, even though there's 30 bands playing, you might see, if you're lucky, you might see what, 10 to 12.
I was going to say like 8 to 12 or some shit.
Yeah. And so,
because everybody's got different set times, I would imagine, and stuff like that.
and that's because they all post up at booths to where like you get to, from what I gathered, because I never went to Vans either, you would meet the bands for free because they'd be at a booth after they played, so you can actually go and like at their merch booth and shit to where you can like go and see them, or they'd be walking around. But dude, something about like listening to music outside during the day doesn't appeal to me.
It's just like
An indoor show with fucking lights and the acoustics bouncing off to where it's so loud you can't like not hear it. That's where it goes off.
You know what I've actually kind of wanted to do is a silent concert.
The one you wear headphones?
Where you headphones, yeah.
I'd be down. Wait, but I've never seen a concert. It's usually like a dance party.
Well, so FKJ did one. I think he's done a few.
But how does it go straight to your headphones if he like plays it live?
I mean, I don't know.
Like Bluetooth it while he's playing?
Maybe.
I mean, that'd be pretty dope. Honestly, that would be pretty dope.
I don't know how that works. So now that you're saying it, I'm like, that seems kind of nearly impossible.
No, it makes sense because if they could do it with like a dance party where everyone wears like Bluetooth headsets, like wireless
How do
Bluetooth
you
headsets.
do that? Now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, how do you get that many headphones to connect to one outsource?
That's a good point. I don't know. They obviously can do it with like the dance party shit. So they could do it live to where all the monitors go straight into like your headphones. So that would be better because you don't want to hear people like scream singing right next to you, which they will.
I mean, but there's a possibility you still could, depending on the brand of the headphones or anything like that.
That's true. But
because
I mean,
there's sometimes like where I have my headphones in, and I mean they're not the most expensive, but I have JBL headphones that have like noise canceling, and there's still even times where I'm at the gym and I can hear like things going on around me.
Well, that'd be cool if maybe they played the audio out loud and in your headphones, so it was like double.
Oh, I get what you're saying. So it's yeah.
That'd be cool.
But either way, something like that I would go to.
It'd be hard. Like we just saw a poster to where Chiodos is doing like a 20th year anniversary tour. It's really just Craig Owens and like a cover band. But they're doing a tour next year with Hawthorne Heights and like a couple of other like big bands.
That'd be cool.
Gabby wants to go, and honestly, I'm like, like I'd probably go. Like I'll go. Hawthorne Heights still fucking rips. I like Hawthorne Heights. Emo, screamo, like I know
2 or 3 songs.
I know that
big
whole
ones.
Yeah, I know that whole album, and it's a good album. I wouldn't say like I love these bands anymore, but I could jam them again. And if my wife wants to go, it's not like I'd be like, oh, this sucks. I'd be like, no, this is pretty cool. I don't think I'd go on my own though. I don't know if, like I said, I'd go see the Midnight because I didn't get to that one, and I bought tickets. I'd go see the Midnight, dude, and that's
the Midnight I like.
Yeah, and
they're good.
We missed that show. It was like a month ago or something like that.
You telling me.
It was the Midnight and Chromeo, and I was like, man, that would have been a sick
Chromeo,
show.
that's fucking.
It was co-headlining. It was just them two on the bill. So it was like an hour of Chromeo, an hour of the Midnight.
See, that's a concert I'd like to go see.
Yeah, and I really wish we could have gone. I would have loved to. That's like a once in a lifetime thing because like when are they going to tour again together? But there's not many things I'd want to go see live, and just because. The travel, the time, the money, and the energy. The energy is like the biggest thing. Like you're gonna put yourself on the docket for the next day for whatever you're gonna go do. At least I am.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Like, yeah, it would be nice to have like a third maybe, and like if we went to a concert and like there was like a third who offered to drive and do all that, I'd be like, okay, I'm down.
Or yeah,
I ain't gotta drive. I ain't gotta do nothing. Like,
and I would have to have like the day of the concert off, and then the day after off.
Yeah.
To where I would want to come. I'd want to be able to come home that night, or even if I stay in a hotel. But I'd need to rest the next day too.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to work the next day. Fuck that.
That would suck.
But you remember, dude? You remember when we were kids? And
I was gonna say, remember when we went to see Chiodos?
Yeah, on a Monday in San Antonio.
That was
like,
awesome.
All of our parents, for some reason, were like, yeah. I don't even know how we convinced everybody of like, yeah, we're in high school. Can we all skip school on a Monday? Can one of y'all drive us to San Antonio so we can go see Chiodos, Atreyu from first to last, and Every Time I Die?
That was an awesome show. I still have that shirt.
What? Where?
Remember? I showed it to you.
The lightning one.
Yeah,
dude, badass.
Dude, that shirt is like 20 years old almost.
Man, now that you put it that way, it is. You're right. That's a 20-year-old shirt. I remember I used to have that sick poster that I bought. You remember? And it was like I don't know what happened to it. And it was like the skeleton guy boxing, and he was like he was doing the Muhammad Ali stance over like a knockdown opponent, and
that's right, dude.
I had gotten it signed and everything by a bunch of the guys from Chiodos. But man, what
Speaking
a sick show!
Speaking of which, Craig Owens signed my titties. Remember?
Oh yeah,
over that girl's.
That was hilarious. He was drunk as fuck,
dude. He was pretty. I didn't even think about it then, but now I know he was for sure. Like,
yeah, drunk, and good for him that he even had like the moral fortitude to be like, You're a little girl. I'm not gonna sign your titties. I'll sign yours though, bro. Like he was smart. Like he's like, I'm not gonna. You're a little kid.
Catch a
Because I mean,
lawsuit.
imagine like right now if we were in a famous band and like a 16-year-old girl was like, "Can you sign my boobs?" And we're like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" From first to last, dickheads just left. Didn't even fucking.
Yeah, what the fuck? They put on a great show though. I won't lie.
They were all right. I think Chiodos was better. Chiodos was definitely like the band of that night. From first to last was good. I loved it
We
because
didn't
that's what I wanted to see for sure. Because I had seen him. That was the second time I saw him, but they just bounce. Fucking dickheads.
Yeah, Chiodos we didn't even watch when they came with Devil Wears Prada that time.
We didn't.
No, I'm pretty sure we didn't. I'm pretty sure we left.
Why? I know
I
it was
don't know.
Underminded, and
Because
then the Devil Wears Prada.
Underminded played that show. I forgot.
Yeah.
Dude, I
then
still jam that.
and then I
It's kind of like a body bag.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love that song.
Yeah, that's
dude.
in the rotation. I heard it the
Yeah.
other day. Lords and Wolves. That was a good one.
Yeah,
And then it was at Alisana.
yeah. See, Alisana, I remember, but Alisana, I think, were they right before? I think they were right before Devil Wears Prada. No.
I honestly don't remember. I know Underminded opened.
Yeah, that I remember. Dang, dude, that's crazy. I think about it all the time. I'm like, dude, I was like, I tell people because people are always asking me like, you don't go to concerts or anything. I'm like, dude, I went to a lot of concerts when I was younger. I was like, I did a lot of stuff when I was younger. I think that's why I'm kind of like over everything now.
That's true.
Like, I mean, I didn't go to like a lot of concerts, but like there was a good handful of them that we went to. Like I even went to go see Rancid and like some other punk bands. I went with Christian Taylor. And
You said the first one you went to was the Eagles, right? When you were like 13.
yeah, I
before
went
you
to
could
see
even,
the
like,
Eagles. Yeah,
That's dope.
and I like the Eagles.
Yeah.
The Eagles are jam, dude. I don't care what anybody says.
The Eagles can go on right now, play like an
Besides
hour,
Hotel California.
and play like hits.
Yeah, Hotel California is a good song, but I
Uh,
need more songs than that.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking one of these nights.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Dude, that's crazy. I saw them. I saw Iron Maiden. I've seen Devil Wears Prada. We opened up for Arsonist Get All the Girls.
you saw Bring Me the Horizon at the Underground.
We saw
I don't
Bring
know
Me-
why I didn't go with y'all to that show. I don't think I was really.
I
that
went with
into them.
Anthony.
Yeah,
So
Prowess.
random, dude.
Remember he had that purple shirt that says
Yeah.
"I party naked with Bring Me the Horizon."
Yeah. That's crazy.
Who played that show with them? Do you remember?
No, I don't. I don't even know if anybody
we
else.
didn't go.
And that was such a random, like, Bring Me the Horizon to play at the Underground, like, out of everywhere. Like,
that was before they were. I mean, they were big in the UK, but they weren't. I mean, they're still kind of like low key.
but
I
that's
mean, now
crazy.
they play on the radio.
Corpus.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, they played Corpus Christi
Yeah.
at a fucking shanty venue, a shanty venue.
Yeah.
Not even fucking Concrete Street.
Yeah,
They played,
exactly.
like, the-
yeah.
Fuck, like, it's called the Underground for a reason.
Yeah. It was basically a teenager hangout.
Yeah, it was like basically the place from Ninja Turtles Part 1 where the foot.
Yeah,
gets hung out.
yeah.
That's exactly what it was.
You got any cigarettes? Regular or menthol?
How cool did that place look when we were kids, right? You always thought it was cool how they had like that ramp going down, like zigzag toward the floor where it's like different levels of skateboarding. You remember the
Oh,
guy
yeah,
was literally
yeah.
like skating downward. It's like, where the fuck? I want to go here, dude. Video games, Burger King. You remember he just like picks up a Walkman?
Yeah.
Fucking.
Yeah, dude. And we saw Bring Me the Horizon when Bring Me the Horizon was good.
Yeah, it was the Pray for Plagues album.
Yeah, they're fucking metal as shit.
Yeah.
Now they're not anything like they were. There's some things like I've heard and then I can jam, but I'm not a fan anymore.
Yeah, you could barely understand what he was saying. It was like a demon possession caught on tape mixed with death
And it was
metal.
really just like a lot of emo stuff.
True.
Like it was very depressing. I hear some of it now and I'm like, damn, this dude was sad.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And I was like just screaming.
So were we.
Yeah, I
We were
guess
sad.
so.
You just scream,
Yeah.
crying.
We opened up for Arsonist Get All the Girls and Nights of the Abyss.
And Elijah. I
Yeah.
started jamming them again. I'm telling you, dude. Nights of the Abyss, Elijah, go
Yeah.
hard. Nights of
Yeah.
the Abyss is still fucking doing it. Nights
Yeah.
of the Abyss is like
Yeah,
on
yeah,
their
yeah.
fucking like 8th studio album. I have 2 of their shirts, like the ones they just released. Fucking dope. Culling of the Wolves, the fucking singles, Where Chaos Feeds,
Yeah.
Temple of Rot, Zodiac. These things are going fucking hard. Elijah, they fell off after that first album. I don't know if the band disbanded or what. But that first album they remastered,
Yeah.
fucking sick. And then we've always jammed Arsonist Girl the Girls, but at Nights of the Abyss, fucking going hard still.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Nights of the Abyss. If you guys hear this, I'm a fan.
We're both fans. And we opened up for you in Corpus Christi.
Corpus Christi, Texas, 2017. We opened up for you. 2007. Thank you, Falon. It was a long time ago.
A very long time ago.
I think I've always wondered.
One of the best shows.
I want to know like how much band members they've switched out. Like I wonder if it's even the same band.
Yeah. Because even Devil Wears Prada, they're still going too.
But it's just Mike and Jeremy. Everybody else is different.
Yeah. Daniel, which was the drummer.
Yeah.
That dude was sick too. Yeah. That dude was, for the longest time, I was positive he was the clean vocal singer.
That would have been cool, like an Under Oath thing.
Yeah,
that would have been cool.
Under Oath, we fucking seen. At All Cost. At All Cost, I've seen, I don't know how many times.
I think I've seen them twice for sure, maybe 3. No, I saw them 3 times. I saw them. That was it wasn't my first concert. I saw them in high school at Equalize. Not a lot of people remember that.
I was just about to say, I was like, dude, there's another venue, and that venue was sick, dude.
It was awesome. They played outside. He fucking climbed up and hung from the fucking rafters singing.
They played the last show.
I don't think I saw the last one, but I saw them.
I think they played the last show there.
Ironically, that's where I only knew Daniel on MySpace at the time. And I was at that show and he was too. And that's where I met Daniel in real life for the first time. I passed him by and he just like tapped me. And I literally was like, oh shit, it's the guy from MySpace. It's almost weird to be like, oh, it's the guy from my computer. And he like, we literally just like dapped it up real quick and then just went. He was, of course, surrounded by women, surrounded by bitches. That was a long time ago. Mrs. Daniel's wife.
Daniel's wife.
I'm not trying to throw any dirt on him, but at the time, he was Mac Daddy, fucking surrounded by bitches. And I said, I was just walking with my punk friend. It's weird because I was with my punk friends from Moody.
Erica.
Yeah. And then, because they were there to see the Eyeliners who were playing inside. Yeah, I'd never even heard of At All Cost. The Eyeliners were playing inside, and I just went with them to go, which was like some weird, like, kind of goth drag all girl band.
Of course, Daniel was watching that.
No, he was watching At All Cost.
Mm.
So Eyeliners were playing inside at the same time At All Costs, and I was inside with them, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And I went outside, and I just heard a little bit At All Costs. I was like, who the fuck are these? They sound dope as fuck,
dude.
Been a fan ever since. That was like 2006.
Remember, what did they play? The Compound?
Yeah, that's where we saw them.
We saw them. Yes, dude, I remember that. Dude, the Compound was a fun show too. We only did one there, but it was so fucking fun.
And then didn't you go with us to where we saw them at that bar over there on Weber and
Holly?
No. It was Weber and McCardle. Like, you know where like that car wash is, and then it's like the Stripes, and then the Hookah Lounge, and there was like that bar over there. Like, you know that big plaza with like the barbecue place? There was the Hookah Lounge we used to go to.
Yes. It used to be Boozers.
Okay.
It was Boozers, right? Yes.
So At All Costs played there. And I went there for sure with my brother and Gabby. Did you go with us that night?
I didn't go with y'all. I went, but I didn't go with y'all. Okay. Because I think I saw Jesse there.
Okay. I like those. Okay, I like those kind of shows. I like bar shows that are like fucking, that are like kind of like half full, and it's only diehards.
Yeah. That's how it was at the House of Rock. There was literally like 15 people in there with me.
A pack show is cool too. Like one of the last shows I went to that was pretty fucking sick was that I saw Circus Survive at House of Rock.
Dude, I've been wanting to Circus.
I've seen them twice for sure, maybe 3 times, but twice for sure. I saw them in San Antonio, and I saw them at House of Rock. House of Rock, dude, it was so dope. I remember like I got there, they were already playing, which kind of sucked because I was like, man, I hope I didn't miss a lot. But all their songs are bangers. There is this one where like the room was packed, like shoulder to shoulder. I didn't mind it this time. I was like, this was probably like maybe 7 years ago.
Right.
There was this one part of the song that he sings loud, and everybody in the room were singing so loud because it wasn't words. It was like just like a vocal kind of range thing of like, everybody was singing it to the point to where like it completely filled your entire like hearing to where that's to the point to where it almost like vibrated your fucking like soul.
Yeah.
Like literally like you felt it like internally, but in like a weird way where it's like it was so crazy. Like it was like surreal of like how, and it's crazy is that like Circus Revive on if you go to their shows, if you go to any of their shows, you realize like for one, like in their fan base, they're super famous, they're super beloved, and they're super badass. But like, it's not like a band like they're not on the radio.
Yeah, exactly.
If you kind of say it in casual conversation, a lot of people don't know what you're talking about. But their fan base is big and they're diehards.
Yeah.
If you like Circus Survive, like you fucking love them.
Yeah, dude, that's kind of a crazy concept because like if everybody in House Rock was singing and it was like that crazy, imagine like Live Aid with fucking Queen playing Bohemian Rhapsody. Like, dude, I bet that was nuts.
Is Live Aid the one they do in Germany?
I don't think, was it in Germany that they did it? I don't remember. But I know there was like something. Let me see. How many people did they say? No, Wembley Stadium.
Okay, it's Wembley.
85.
Dude, it was on my birthday, not the year.
1.9 billion people.
No way.
Audience. I was global. Okay, never mind. I was like, dude, that's a lot of fucking people.
It was on my birthday, like 5 years before I was born. Well, dude, did you ever see the one? Well, everybody's seen that one.
Almost 90,000 people.
No, bro. Have you seen the footage of where Metallica played in Germany in 1991?
No.
And it's the Moscow military field to where the airfield, and literally like, and I know a couple of people bands that played over there. But Metallica played in 1991. You should look at the fucking footage. It's 1991 Moscow. It's 1.6 million people. Literally, like the country showed up for it, and it's like a field of people. And Metallica goes the fuck off. Mm-hmm. That's because when I looked up like the biggest concerts, this is not even one of the biggest ones ever. It's like in the top 10, but it's not number one. I think number one's like a U2 or something like that. And it's probably like,
dude, what the fuck?
Dude, it doesn't look real. It doesn't look fucking real. Look, there's like, fucking planes.
Like the stage is surrounded by people. Like there's not just people in the front.
It looks like the fucking zombie apocalypse from like Dawn of the Dead.
Well, this is definitely like an edit.
Yeah, it's like almost like a music video, but it's footage from them playing at that show.
Imagine having stage fright at a place like this.
Not them, dude. They're fucking, man.
Well, they were also all drunk off their asses all the time.
Hell yeah, I would be. Fuck yeah, dude. Life's a party. Fucking everybody's eating my ass.
Their life.
And you know what's sad is that Metallica, especially when I was growing up, because at the time when I was growing up, like Metallica was already like, of course, people who love Metallica have always loved Metallica, but like that kind of music was kind of fading out. And with the new stuff of like in the 90s, it was grunge
coming in,
and then 2000s
Nirvana
for me at the least, it was like they started doing like emo and screamo and indie rock bands and pop bands and alternative bands.
Yep.
And it wasn't and it wasn't until like within the past 5 years that I even had like a renaissance of like, let me look back more into. I mean, I've always listened to old rock music.
Yeah.
But Metallica was one of the ones where I always thought like, that's like radio metal.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's lame. It's C101. It's like the same as fucking like Disturbed or some
like
shit.
Stuff you listen to with your windows closed on the street.
Yeah, but now like that's like, oh no, I didn't even realize Metallica actually goes hard as fuck.
Metallica jams, dude. I think Metallica was a lot of what I learned to begin with as guitar.
Yeah.
And I think that's what helped me to be able to play everything that we did whenever we were learning. Yeah,
because you naturally had like a thrash style, like a thrash fast metal style.
Yeah, that was probably thanks to Metallica for a lot of it.
It makes sense because what's weird is that we all like screamo / kind of hardcore music, but when we actually made a band, it was pretty much thrash metal.
Yeah, I never even thought about that, but you're right.
Especially like with Martin as a drummer playing so fast, and like
Yeah,
your shit was
exactly.
so like fast and distorted. It was pretty much like thrash metal.
Yeah.
It's very like.
Well, it's like I remember Jesse just like swearing by that pedal that he had, and I was like, now I think about it, I'm like, dude, that pedal was absolute trash.
It was
dude.
garbage.
That
Yeah.
thing was like,
It was basically like, here's how to sound like as I lay dying. in a
yeah,
pedal.
basically.
You know what I
and
mean?
not nearly as clean.
Yeah, but the way you had it was very like staticky, but it sounded cool. Because now I realize that back then why we're even kind of well received in the scene is because we weren't playing anything anyone else was playing.
Yeah, everybody else was playing like
Grindcore.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
grindcore and hardcore.
I tell you that Mike and JL live here, right?
Yeah.
Mike was getting arrested earlier, actually.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I went to go throw the trash at the dumpster over here.
Old habits die hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, Murder by the Book, grindcore.
Murder by the Book. I'm certain I could never remember what their band
Fuck
is
yeah.
called, dude.
Was it Murder by the Book? Audition for a Murder?
Audition for a Murder.
The Seduction.
Dude, I used to have like stickers on my TV.
No way.
Yeah.
Dude, do you remember that other band that were actually pretty good? And it was like they were really like they did a lot of pick schools, but the main singer, the main vocalist was like he was short, but he was like a stocky ass white dude.
I think I do.
And he was cool. They were cool. Their band was cool as fuck. Like they were always cool with us too. They always like gave us a lot of like, hey, what's up? Like, which just made us feel like, yeah, we, it feels weird coming onto the scene because like everybody's like, even if it's like this underground thing, we're all performers. But some guys are kind of like hostile in the sense of like, like. What the fuck are y'all doing here? Who you think?
Remember that
are?
band that accused us of stealing their riff?
Yeah.
Like, bro, who the fuck are you?
It's like we've never even heard of y'all.
Yeah, like
and
you
not
have
even
your
a
shit trademarked or something.
Yeah, it's not even like in a mean way. It's like, bro, we're in like fucking garage bands. How the fuck would we even heard you? And like, steal his riff.
Stole his riff.
Steal his riff and play the same show with it. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Dude, John literally stole my riffs. Hoover.
No shit?
Yeah, when him and Steven went and did that other band, like, I remember him telling me about it. He was like, dude, I used to use some of the riffs that you would show me when we tried to do in a band.
Dang.
And I was like, oh, dude, that's fucked up, dude. I was like,
that's cool. I actually told you, but man, that guy to this day still plays guitar.
He's jumped up levels.
Yeah.
Dude. When I was like, that's crazy because when I knew him and we were all trying to do the band, like he couldn't almost, not that he wasn't good, but he was just like a very basic guitarist. Like,
and he would he wasn't clean.
Yeah.
He would play like he was very ambitious in his style, but he was like thinking of stuff better than he could play.
Yeah.
But then eventually his skill caught up to the way he would think. Because I was in a couple of bands with him later on in college, and we were both doing audio engineering, and he would play guitar, and our other buddy Andrew, he would play guitar, and I would just.
I remember Andrew.
Yeah. I always tell him too if he ever comes in town to hit me up so he can come on. But he still plays guitar too because he went to college for it, so he was like a theorist.
He was
so
sick.
He's even better now too. But yeah, those guys, their ability to write, especially John, because when he learned how to record, he could do whole arrangements himself. To where like he was doing music without us, of like he would record both guitars, bass, program the drums. We just never did vocals. And then when we came on, he would do the same thing, except Andrew would write his own parts and then I would write the bass, but he was still doing everything else. And then when we would hit blocks, he would kind of like push us in like, hey, try this.
Yeah.
Like he would let us write whatever we want, but if we got stuck, he'd be like, well, why don't you try this? And then even if we use that as a springboard to going like, well, now I'm thinking my own stuff.
Yeah.
But and then all of his stuff that he has on SoundCloud, John Hoover, he has a SoundCloud. And he hasn't posted things in a while. When I talked to him last, he was like, oh, I actually haven't posted in a while. Like, I don't know if he's still recording. All of his shit has like thousands of listens.
That's crazy.
Like some are like in the tens of thousands.
That's pretty fucking cool.
And the arrangements are sick. It's like a Fall of Troy meets like fucking Chon.
Yeah.
Where it's like
tech.
It's like techie, but it's
Fall
like
of Troy.
thrashier.
Fall of Troy.
Yeah. So it's like melodic but thrashy. So like he wrote some pretty fucking cool stuff. I don't know if it's just called like John Hoover, because I remember he was writing stuff under Analog Earth.
Yeah.
For a while, which is a
that.
dope name too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that guy was a good musician. I just don't understand why we never had the attention span to keep going with anything.
And it's crazy. Even now, like I do my music. I mean, but
Oh yeah, I forgot. You're still a musician. I forgot. It's because you don't release anything.
yeah, dude, whatever. Fuck you.
Everybody petition for Falana release the hits. Release them drawers, girl.
That's what half of my songs are about.
For real.
All right. Well, I guess on that we'll end it. And
Guys, trust me, you didn't miss anything last week.
except the shooting.
Oh shit. Yeah, we'll talk about the next episode. It didn't happen last week, but it happened the last episode we did with Jake and JB.
The last released episode.
Yeah, some crazy shit happened after we finished the podcast, and like we went outside but we'll tell that in the next episode. That's a little cliffhanger for y'all.
I could talk all day about euthanasia.
Goodbye.
Ooh, baby.